Hello YouTube, welcome to Mrscoystyle. My name is Kawana. I thank you so much for joining me here on my channel where I speak about style. I do some hauls, some reviews, and every now and again I sprinkle in a little bit of luxury. So if that is something that interests you, I certainly hope that you would consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that bell notification so that you never ever miss one of my videos. So for today's video, I'm a little unsure about how I want to title it, but the long and short of it is that I made a purchase of a pair of Manolo Blahnik shoes that just aren't even working for me. And I'm starting to, as I'm thinking about the reasons that the shoes are not working for me, I had to consider the fact that, we don't always need to run out and buy something because it's on sale. So this is kind of twofold. One point is that when you want something and you feel like it's something that's very important to you because it ticks off all of your boxes, then you kind of have to get that thing if you're aware of the reasons why that particular item is going to work for you. Then you have to hold out and get that thing. Getting the similar may not work. And I don't know if that was my issue necessarily here, because sometimes I like something, but I want to get a variation of it because I want it to be a little different. So I don't know where I went wrong with these particular shoes, but we're going to get into the cons and why I think I'm going to need to sell these shoes. I think I'm going to have to. But you all are going to have to help me decide if I should, where I should, how I should, and how to price it. Okay, so let's get into it. My Manolo Blahniks, I still keep them in the box. The bulk of my shoes, kind of designer shoes, I tend to keep packaged the way that they come, and so that's just what I do with my shoes. I still have all of the packing information and everything. I'm looking at this. I honestly can't see it. I'm gonna be very honest with you, but I do remember I looked earlier when I had my glasses on, and I purchased these in May of 20. I actually mentioned in 2021 what my regret purchases were from the year of 20, and these came up, but I wanted to give it a chance because at that point I'd only had them for approximately a half a year. So the shoes I'm considering selling are my Manolo Blahnik Maysale, I believe that I'm pronouncing them correctly, mules. They are in this beautiful navy blue color, and they have this beautiful crystal buckle there on the front and that absolutely perfect pointed toe in the front. I think that these shoes are so beautiful. They're in some sort of a material. I'm not sure that it's satin, but it is certainly a material. I love the color blue. I think that these are absolutely stunning. How did these shoes come to be? I was in the market, or I was not really in the market because that would mean that I was looking to purchase, and maybe I was. Let's just go with that. I was in the market for some Hangisis in a pop of color. If you're not sure what the Hangisis are, they are the shoes that were made popular by Carrie of Sex and the City. Sarah Jessica Parker, who played Carrie in Sex and the City, I'll insert a picture over here. I wanted these shoes every time I saw them in a pop of color, be it a yellow, a green, any of the shades of pink. Even a white, I think, would have been fantastic, even though people would say that that would go towards bridal, but I don't want to digress. I like a shoe in a sort of unique color. Heel height didn't matter to me. It didn't matter if they were, a kitten heel, I think it's the 80 millimeter heel, or I think it goes as high as 95 or 110, whatever. Heel height didn't necessarily matter. So I'm almost every day scouring almost every designer shoe website, and I came across these beautiful Maysale, these shoes on Saks Fifth Avenue for, I believe, $500 and something. So I said, let me go on ahead and buy them. What has happened since that point? Where are my cons? What happened? Number one, I'm a little apprehensive to wear these shoes because of the material. I know that I could use some sort of an apple guard or scotch guard, whatever they call it, to protect it. I haven't done that. I'm just a little apprehensive and nervous about doing that. So I'm concerned because I do not want to necessarily damage the shoe. So almost every time that I want to wear a blue shoe, I grab my beautiful navy blue Sarah Flint pumps that are comfortable. I love the heel height. I love all of the things about it. So in terms of color, I have two shoes in a very similar color. The Maysale pump. Now let's call it the Manolo Blahnik because I know I'm saying that correctly. I have two blue shoes, the Manolo Blahnik or the Sarah Flint Perfect Pump, and I always gravitate towards my Sarah Flint pump, which is in pretty much the same color. Would we agree? Me grabbing the Sarah Flints actually come as a surprise to me because I'm almost 6 feet tall. I'm 5 feet 10.5 inches. So normally I do not want to draw more attention to my height. I don't shy away from it, but I do not actually gravitate towards it. And as you would see, the kitten heel, which I love. I do love a kitten heel. I think that they are very chic. I know a lot of people say that they are men repellent and all of the things, but I think kitten heels are really great. But there's something about this particular shoe, and I believe that it is because it's the mule style. It's not working. I wear kitten heels with no problem almost all the time, but the mule makes it difficult for me to walk in. I think that they fit me well, but perhaps I would have more space to keep them on my feet if I'd gone up a half a size. I bought these in a size 41, which is the size that I buy every Euro style in. So I don't think that they're too small, but they're extremely difficult to walk in. I have, oh, these are kind of disgusting on the bottom. How embarrassing. But I have these shoes from Open Edit that also have a kitten heel. You would see that the heel heights are very similar. I wear these all the time with no problem. Perhaps it's because they have a slingback, so it offers me some support while I'm walking. It helps me not to have to feel like I'm grabbing to hold them on my feet. So that slingback strap certainly is helpful. So I think the fact that the Manolo Blahnik does not offer any kind of strap or anything to allow me to keep it on my feet, that's definitely a con. Also, in terms of kitten heel, as I said, I'm going to keep it real. I wear kitten heels. They're not a problem. I also have these Chanel shoes that have a very similar heel height to the Maysale, no, to the Manolo Blahnik pump. See, the heel heights are very similar. I wear these with no problem, and it's very likely because it's a full shoe. So it stays on my foot with absolutely no problem. That is not the case, obviously, with this mule. And I adore this heel height. I think it's pretty dope. Let me know in the comments, do you wear kitten heels? Do you find that they're men repellent? Not that we need to be dressing for men necessarily. I don't want to say that, but I'm also not going to sit here in front and tell you I don't dress for my husband. Sometimes when we're doing certain things, hanging out, and I know that there's something that he really loves or appreciates or finds me stunning in, which is actually everything. No, okay, let me keep it real. There are certain things that he just doesn't prefer. And so I wouldn't necessarily wear those things when I'm with him. However, it's not going to prevent me from buying those items. Do you only buy things to please your significant other? Let me know in the comments. And, you know, also let me know in the comments how you feel about kitten heels. So back to these shoes. Again, some may be wondering, is it a mule that you can't tolerate, Kawana? Can you just not walk in a mule? Give me a second. No, that's not the case, because I have these mules that are in a higher heel height. And so I believe that the higher heel height actually makes it easier to walk in, because I'm more at a higher instep. So my foot is stepping into the shoe as I am walking in the shoe. This just doesn't do that because it's flatter to the ground. So it doesn't work. These shoes I rock out in. I've only had these shoes for about 6 months and I've worn them 4 to 5 times. These I've had since May of 2020 and I've worn maybe 4 times. Only one time in real life. I wore them to a graduation recently and I wore them 3 other times, I believe, maybe 2, for photographs. So that's in Instagram life, not real life. So yeah, mule, the fact that it's a mule, I'm holding up the fact that it's a mule, that's not the issue. These shoes, as I mentioned, I wear often. The wear and tear is pretty good, but let me show you what's happening with the wear and tear of the Manolo Blahnik. So as I mentioned, I've only worn them approximately 4 times, one time in real life. And as you'll see here on the toe tip right here, it's already, it's starting to wear. And I think it's because of the way I'm gripping to keep the shoe on my foot. So that doesn't make me happy because even on sale, I wouldn't want to destroy such a beautiful shoe. So that's definitely a factor. That's definitely a con in this shoe. Look at the wear at the tip of the one on the right here. Yeah, that bothers me. It's a bit upsetting. It's a beautiful shoe. Look at the craftsmanship of this shoe. So let's review. Okay, number one con, I shouldn't have ran out and purchased something just because it was on sale. But honestly, I didn't have a lot of experience with a kitten heel mule. I thought that it would be okay. I had the kitten heel Chanel pump for a while. I wear those. I have the other kitten heel shoes that I wear, so not a problem. So just, you can't run out and buy something just because the price looks good. These shoes with tax were $617. And so that is, not money well spent, even if they were $6.17, just not money well spent. So I definitely got caught up in the idea of a sale. Number two, you have to know your purpose. You have to know your colors. You have to know what you're going to gravitate towards. I made the mistake of purchasing something in a darker color when I knew that I was very clearly looking for a pop of color, such as this color or a pink or, as I said, even a white. So I 100% chose the wrong color. I also chose the wrong heel height for this style. As you see, the kitten heel, well, you can't see, right? Not the way I'm holding it. This heel height isn't working for me, but this heel height in a pop of color is 100% working and works for me all the time. So you have to know your heel height, what you're going to gravitate towards, what you're comfortable walking in. Also, material. This material stresses me out. I'm worried that something's going to spill on it and I'm not going to be able to clean it, or it's going to rain and have watermarks. It stresses me out. You have to know what materials you're comfortable wearing or be comfortable with protecting yourself or your shoes or your bags or your items from those kind of elements. Because if you're worried about every little thing, you ain't gonna enjoy yourself. It's like going to the beach and trying to sit on a lounge chair and sipping on your vibration of choice, and you have a baby with you who keeps crawling towards the water. You ain't gonna be able to relax. It's a beautiful atmosphere. You have all of the things around you that you need, but you're gonna be worried that that baby's gonna crawl into the water. Don't need that kind of stress when I'm trying to enjoy the beauty and splendor of a shoe. So I think I've made it clear for at least 4 to 5 reasons of why these shoes aren't working out for me. So now what do I do with the shoe? I've sold a shoe one other time and it took a lot. I sold the shoe on Fashion File. I'm not going to belabor how that turned out, but it turned out right. I think my issue about selling the shoe is, as I said, although I bought them on sale, I think they retail for anywhere between $8.95 and $9.95. I with tax received them for $600. So let's just say that the on sale price was about $560. I feel like in my heart or in my sensibility, do we not want to recoup all of what we paid for something? But is that logical? Because it's a shoe. So I feel like I would want at least half of that. I feel like I would want at least $300. But then I also feel like, am I like greedy? Because the reality of it is, anything that I get for the shoe would be more than what I have because I'm not wearing the shoe. So how am I supposed to price this shoe? We agree that I need to sell them. Do we agree? Have you all already commented and let me know, yes, Kawana, you need to sell them? Now let's talk a little bit about price. I mean, is there a price that's too low? Like, should I accept $100 for them? I feel like I can because I can run out to the Zara sale and maybe get... Okay, anyway, how do you decide? What do you do? But can I justify just holding on to these shoes just because the price is not right? What's the right price? Is it anything? Is it half? Where am I at with this? Where am I at? So I hope that this video wasn't all over the place because mentally I prepared to be able to go through my cons very cohesively. Now I just have to worry about how to title this video. Anywho, remember that everything I shared in this video and every one of my videos is me to a C. I thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.